Hi, I'm Akshay Jain, and before I get into telling you advice for this class, I really want to give you a brief summary of what AP Seminar really is. AP Seminar is a report writing class in which students find topics under debate, research about them, propose a solution, write papers, and finally present orally. Throughout the class, you'll be working alone, in groups, writing papers up to 2,000 words in length, and presenting for up to 10 minutes. The class is an introduction, or I guess the first half of a 2 year long course called AP Capstone. Upon completion of the course, if you're a junior, you should be taking AP Research as a senior. So now on to the actual advice. This class is unlike many others. A big part of the class is being able to produce quality work inside of groups. In fact, a significant portion of the AP test is done in groups. Thus, this leads into my first bit of advice. Trust other people. The people in AP Seminar are here because they want to be here. Your group members will be just as good, if not better than you at it. So you can rely on them to hold their own and produce quality work in a timely manner. This leads into the next bit of advice. Let people do what they're good at. Honestly, there's no need to micromanage other people or stress about all of the group work. Everyone has their own skills or something that they're good at. So logically, why not just let them do it? Using this strategy will be very effective for you and your group in the long run, as it increases the quality of the work being done. Now I'm going to talk about more actual paper writing advice. A big hurdle in this class will be getting your work done on time. As a result, here is some good advice to make the writing process more time efficient. Tip number 1. Outline your papers. Having an outline will give you a good idea of the topics that you want to cover inside of your papers, making the process easier in the long run. Tip number 2. Assign word counts. If you assign word counts to each section of your paper in your outlining process, this will give you smaller goals or pieces to accomplish instead of the daunting 2,000 word count total. This leads us into tip number 3 of writing papers. Make and follow writing schedules. Oftentimes, Mr. Sanchez will do weekly word counts. You need to follow these word counts to stay on top of your paper. Now onto advice about your paper's content. Something very, very, very important to note. You need to have more of you and less quotes. When you're getting ready to write your papers, you'll be doing a lot of research to find your solution. And as a result, it can become very easy to fill your paper with a lot of quotes. But the whole point of writing your paper is to have your voice in it. So you need to use your quotes as support, not as your main argument. Always give at least 2 to 3 sentences of analysis after you use a quote. Next up, as previously mentioned, you'll be doing a lot of research to find your solution. Thus, something to note is that it's okay to change your question, solution, or even stance. A lot of people begin their research with having their own opinion or stance about a topic, but after a significant amount of research, they'll find themselves convinced of the latter. Thus, this is okay. Changing your question, solution, or stance is totally okay. Don't stifle yourself. Let your research and findings guide you. Finally, I'm going to end with a bit of academia advice. A very important thing to note is that you need to use credible sources. Thus, some advice. Learn how to use Gale. Gale is an online database source that can be used in your research. They have a wide collection of peer-reviewed articles and journals that can provide strong and convincing evidence in your papers. Thus, learning how to properly search and filter on Gale will be very beneficial to you, as it would greatly shorten your time spent researching. Finally, there's 2 more bits of advice. Learn how to properly do MLA. MLA is a set of rules that you should follow when you'll be citing sources used in your paper to support your argument. Incorrectly citing your sources could not only potentially lose you points, but also could lead to plagiarism. There are many great sources that can help you cite via MLA. For example, Citation Machine and the OWL Purdue are great resources. And finally, consistency is key. You should keep everything the same throughout your paper. For example, USA U.S.A. versus U.S. Additionally, there's a difference between these 2 quotes, old sport. I wanted to thank you for your time spent watching this video. I hope that the advice offered will come in handy for you. I wish you the best of luck and a successful year, but remember, luck is good, but brains are better.